Sure, you all heard by now about the story, the guy from Michigan that was driving a car and he appeared on in court on Zoom for a traffic ticket, on suspended license charges. And so I guess this guy was driving his wife to the hospital because she was sick or she couldn't do it. But he answered his Zoom right at court time for suspended license charges, and everybody was making fun of him. What is he doing? Is you stupid? Why you do that? Stuff like that. But, let's keep it 100. Where we come from, we know a lot of people that don't have license and they drive. Some people been driving 20 years without a license. Yeah, I said it. 20 years without a license. And they just never thought to get one. They just go about their life by registering their car, getting license plates, getting insurance for the car. They got everything else. They just never thought to go get a license. They even got a state ID. Because you're going to need some type of ID. You cashing checks or you're applying for this, you're applying for that. You're going to need some type of ID. They even got ID, but they don't have a license. It's crazy, right? There's people out there like that. So when I seen this Corey Harris story, it wasn't funny to me because I've seen it before. Some people just don't care to, I won't say follow the rules, but they don't see the need to go get a license. They don't really get in trouble like that. They don't really get pulled over like that. So they don't see the need. But in this Corey Harris case, which is something else I can relate to, the child support never lifted the suspension on his license he had. That part I can relate to because every time I get a job somewhere, the child support start taking out money automatically. But my child support has been over with, paid and done maybe 4 or 5 years ago. I've been free now from child support. And so I'm like, why I still gotta go through this? Why I still take out money every time I get a new job? Why not punch a button or push a button to say, oh, he's finished? Wipe my name out the system or alarm people don't take money from him. But yeah, you still go through that with the child support court. They don't stop some of the stuff they're doing to you. They'll send my money back right away. I will give them that. The money will come back right away. But for me, if my debt is paid, if my child support is done, take me out the system. Don't leave me in the system for my checks to automatically be garnished every time I get a different job. I feel like they still got a hold on me. But like I said, they do send the money back right away. But I pointed it all out because of the inconsistencies of child support system. Some things is not right, or a lot of things, depending on where you live at. So, let's see. The suspension is tied to child support case with Saginaw County friend of court. And in January 22, a judge ordered the suspension to be lifted to allow Harris to drive again. 2022, they ordered the suspension lifted. But according to Michigan Secretary of State office, they never received a clearance from the friend of court in 2022, so Harris' suspension was never lifted. An inconvenience to Harris. So he didn't have a suspended license, although this other part I have to tell you, he never had a license ever. So he a part of them type of guys that I'm talking about. They got ID, but they never get a license. And they never really get pulled over. Because all they do is keep a proper car with the proper plates, registration. Keep all your headlights working. You don't get the police nothing to pull you over for. And these guys get away with it for years. I imagine immigrants get away with it for years. Harris recently appeared on a courtroom video that showed him driving a virtual hearing on a misdemeanor case that stemmed from a traffic stop in Pittsburgh Township in October 2023. Charge was drive while license suspended, a misdemeanor charge. Harris said he was driving his wife to the doctor because her medical condition was worsening. This is when he got caught on the Zoom by the judge. The judge had asked court, ain't this a suspension of license here? And ain't he driving? You know, you make it hard for your attorney to defend you at that point. But some emergency situations call for emergency things. And Harris said this basically was an emergency situation. He had to get his wife to the hospital. You know, she wasn't in no condition to drive. Who knows, who are we to dispute that? That's what the man said. That's what it is. Once Judge Cedric Simpson noticed Harris driving, he asked the attorney who was representing Harris in his courtroom. The defense attorney confirmed that driving on a suspended license was indeed the charge Harris was facing. What's unclear is why Harris' case wasn't resolved by his public defender or the Pittsfield Township Prosecutor's Office months ago. It took less than 5 minutes for the 7 News Detroit to search Saginaw County court records to see that in January 2022, a judge rescinded the order that suspended Harris' driver's license so he can be reinstated. See how the court system is messy. Sometimes information don't get there. And then the officer pulling this guy over, you don't have no license. Which he didn't, but, you have a suspended license. Which he never had a license, but his license privilege wasn't suspended no more. It was supposed to be uplifted. So therefore, the ticket is kind of wrong. 7 News Detroit has reached out to the prosecutor's office as well as Harris' defense attorney. Speaking for the public defender, a county spokesperson said they do not comment on ongoing case. The Saginaw County friend of court has also not responded to our call. But Friday afternoon, the Secretary of State confirmed that they never received a clearance from the friend of court that would have allowed him to be reinstated after he paid some fees. They never received it. Wow. That's going to be, that's how it goes, man. That's how it goes. We have to abide by law. We have to abide by a system that isn't flawless, There's some quirks and tweaks in the system. But we have to abide by it. There's nothing we can do. We're at the mercy of somebody in the office pushing a button or some people that make some rules that don't quite benefit us. But in a separate statement, Mr. Harris, Corey Harris, said that, this all has been an embarrassment. He worked for the church. He worked in the community. This is embarrassing. You don't want people making fun of him. I agree. I don't want people making fun of him. Because like I said, I've seen this since I was a little kid. Some people never had a license, never cared to get one. They didn't care. They wasn't out to just break the law, but they didn't see the need to get the license. They know how to carry themselves. They know how to act. They know what the police pull people over for. They're just going to try their luck, try their chances. And that's the way it is. Freedom of speech in America, right? You're allowed to live the way you want to live. That's up to you, as long as you're abiding by the law, right? Well, some people think that, hey, I ain't doing anything by driving. I ain't hitting anybody. I ain't done nothing. I should be able to drive. Who knows? But that's my little 2 cents on this. Hopefully Corey go get his license, straighten everything out. Look like everything is in his favor because his case was kind of screwed up. But that's my little 2 cents on this. I'm out.